What's up, Odooers, and welcome back. Happy you stopped by for another tutorial, and today we're back in the Quality app talking about spreadsheet quality checks. Using the power of Odoo's built-in spreadsheet functionality, we can create quality checks that combine the functionality of other check types. For example, we can create a spreadsheet check that includes both measure check and pass-fail check. And since spreadsheets are so flexible, we can also include as many different checks as we want in one single sheet. So let's jump into our database now to see how this all works. All right, first things first, we need to cover how to create a spreadsheet template. This is the template that your employees will fill out to complete the quality check. Starting in the quality app, we'll select configuration at the top and then quality spreadsheet templates. Now, I've already created a template for our table check with a few basic fields filled out, but to create a new one, all we'd have to do is click new in the upper left-hand corner. Each template we create on this page has a success cell field. Currently, our table check is set at B4. This represents the cell on the spreadsheet that determines whether or not a check passes. We'll see this in action later in the video. Now, let's continue configuring the table check template by clicking the edit button here on the right side. I've already added the title for this check. 2 questions we want our employees to perform to check if this passes, and then we also have a overall pass here at the bottom. Now let's go ahead and make this template a bit more interactive so we can have it filled out by our employees. First, we're going to add a checkbox to the first question: has the table been assembled? So employees can tick this checkbox to confirm that the table has, in fact, been assembled. To add a checkbox, I'll select cell B2, and then from here we'll select data and then data validation. From here, a window opens and all we have to do is click add another rule. Cell B2 has already been entered in the apply to range field since it's selected on the spreadsheet. Next, I'll click on the first field in the criteria section. When I do, a drop down appears and we'll just have to scroll all the way down until we see checkbox and then select it. Finally, we'll just click save. And now a checkbox appears in cell B2. If I click it, I can see the value at the bottom turns to true in the formula field above the spreadsheet. Unticking it returns this to false instead. In the spreadsheet values like true and false, this can be used to trigger the actions of other cells, and we'll see that in just a moment. The next question asks the person the height of the table being checked, and in this case of our table, we want it to be between 29 inches and 31 inches. They can enter a value in the field right next to the cell, just like this example here. And just like the checkbox, we can use a value entered here to affect actions of other cells. And we'll do that now here in cell B4. And this is the cell that was set to the success cell when this template was created. What we need to do is make the value of this cell dependent on the values of our 2 question cells. So if we click into B4, we can see the formula field here in the spreadsheet. This seems complicated, but basically this is just an equation that says if cell B2 and the value entered in cell B3 are greater than 29 and less than 31, this cell will return to a true value. We won't go into the specifics into writing spreadsheet equations in this video, but they're very powerful and there's a whole lot more you can do with them. If you're interested in taking a deep dive, there are also plenty of great tutorials about spreadsheet programs like Excel all over the internet. All right, now that we've entered that equation, you can see that cell B4 is currently false. This is because the success conditions have not been fulfilled. For example, if we delete 30 here and we check the B2 cell to confirm that this has been assembled, and we'll enter a value of 30 here again, B4 changes to true instead. All right, the spreadsheet template is ready to go. So let's just untick B2 and delete 30 from B3 because I don't want these fields to be filled out before a quality check is completed. Now let's go ahead and use this template for a quality check. We'll start by creating a quality control point or QCP to create spreadsheet checks automatically. And to do that, we'll start by clicking on quality spreadsheet templates here at the top of the page. And this returns us back to our quality app. And from here, all we have to do is click on quality control and then control points. Then we'll click New to create a new control point. Be sure to check out our quality control points video for a full overview of all the configuration options for QCPs. Today, we'll cover the options relevant to this workflow. First, we'll enter table check in the title field. And then I'll select table in the products field. We want this check to apply to manufacturing orders or MOs for the table. So in the operations field here, we're going to select manufacturing. In the type field, I'll select spreadsheet check here on the right. And this causes a spreadsheet template field to appear below it, from which all we have to do is select table check. With that template selected, the success field below is autofilled with cell B4 as specified on the quality spreadsheet templates page. For a quality check created by this QCP to pass, the success cell must have a value of true. Additionally, we can only set one success cell for a template, which is why we had to make multiple other cells dependent on a single success cell when creating the template. That's all we have to worry about for this QCP. Now, when we create a MO for the table, a spreadsheet check will automatically be generated. Let's go ahead and do that now. So we'll head over to the manufacturing application, navigate to operations at the top, then manufacturing orders, and then we're going to click new to create a new MO. In the product field, we're just going to select table and then the confirm button. Now in the quantity field, we're just going to say we've produced 1. And then we're going to then click the quality check smart button on the MO. On the pop-up window that appears for our quality check, I'll click the open spreadsheet button at the bottom. And when I do, this will confirm that the table has been assembled by ticking the checkbox here in B2. Then we're going to enter a value of 30 in B3 once again. And when we do, we can see the value returns to true. Now we'll go ahead and complete the check by saving this QC by clicking Save in QC 065. And that will return us to the MO. And since the success cell had a value of true, the quality check passes. And we're able to complete the MO. If the success cell did not have a value of true, the quality check would have failed instead. And that brings us to the conclusion of this tutorial. You now know how to create quality spreadsheet templates and process spreadsheet checks. As always, it's been great, and I'll see you in the next video.